Amazing logo designs didn't happen by accident. Someone didn't just make something and it became this great logo. What really happened was that someone spent time on it and they understood what a logo design means and how to make it look good and it's functional. Logo design is not about creating a really cool looking logo for a company. There are tons of factors in logo design that we need to take hold of in order to make our logo designs look really good and work really well. So in this video, I have got 6 different attributes for a great logo design. The first one is scalability. As you should all know, a logo design should be in a vector format. This doesn't mean that you start off the design on Illustrator or any other vector program. It just means that it should be in the end stage of it when it's giving to the client a vector. If you don't know what vector artwork is, it is basically the maths on a computer software called Adobe Illustrator, allowing you to scale shapes to infinite sizes without losing any quality, because instead of looking at pixels like in Photoshop, it looks at mathematics through the border radiuses of what's known as paths. Making sure that your logo looks good when it's very small and it's noticeable and people can see it, to when it's very big. Do you have a logo design that works well when it's really big? That's sort of hard to look at, but in Illustrator you can make sure of this by cropping down certain parts of the logo design or even cutting certain parts of it out, and if it's still recognizable to other people, then you've done a pretty good job with scalability. The next key attribute of the logo design, which sort of encompasses everything, is functionality. Is your logo functional? By functionality, I mean, does it work well with your company? Is it working well on your business cards and on your website? Is it actually telling a story of your company, and is it actually working as a logo? So many times I see designers creating logos that look really cool, and they do look really cool, but they don't work well for the company. So the problem is that the company won't get as many clients of their own and customers. If you're a logo designer, a good way of thinking is that you're not actually working for your client, you're working for your client's clients, or working for your client's customers, because you want to make sure that they come to their business, and that will prove that you are a good logo designer. So making sure that your logo is functional, whereas people can see it, understand it, and notice it straight away, is very important. The next key attribute, number 3, is noticeability. Is that a word? Noticeability. Your logo design should be noticed, and this can happen through many different forms, but the most obvious one is color. Color will actually make your logo stand out from other ones more than it would do if it just didn't have color. That being said, I design all my logos without color until the end stage, unless it's designed to have color within it with the brand colors. If your logo design is just so generic that it bleeds into the background, you probably have not done a very good job on creating it. The good thing about this is that generally clients can see whether it is noticeable or not, but for us designers, sometimes we just need to take a step back or stop looking at it for a while just to see if we're getting the right thing. It's a fine balance between making it not obtrusive, but also enjoyably noticeable. The 4th key attribute of logo design is legibility. It is so important that if your logo is a logo type, which means a word mark or a watermark as a logo, then it is legible. Now, legibility is a bit controversial because sometimes logos aren't meant to be legible, and that's what makes them unique. I've done so many signature logo designs that aren't legible, but they do look like a signature. If a company like Tesco's or if another company like Squarespace ask for a typographic logo with the actual iconography logo, then it has to be legible. It has to spell it out for the people that are seeing it. So you can be creative all you want, but the creativity side of logo type design is making it fun yet legible. The 5th key attribute of logo design is platform variability. I'm not too sure if I said that word right, but I'm going to roll with it. Because we not only have shops, not only that we have business cards or stationery, we actually have websites now and social media. It is so important that your icon or your logo works very well on mobile platforms and on website headers. This is something that's very new over the past 10 years, and it's so important to look out for in your logo. It's no longer good enough having a logo design that works well only on a business card and that's it. It has to work well on a computer or a small smartphone or on a website header. If you're someone who's creating abstract iconography logo designs, then you want to make sure that your logo design actually is noticeable and looks good at the size of an app icon in real life. So I would say if your logo design doesn't look good in a 1 centimeter square, then you've got a bit of a problem. You see, applications have hit the world now with the iPhones and the smartphone market, and it's so important that companies are able to compete with other icons. It's probably one of the first things that people look at in the actual app market, so it's so important to have one that's noticeable and looks good. And the sixth and final key attribute of logo design is being able to recognize it. I can't think of the word there. You've all seen the Apple logo and you all notice it. And when you see it, you recognize it. It is very good and it looks great and you want the products. That is the same thing that you want to have with your logo design. I must admit, the logo design doesn't actually do that itself, it's through branding of the overall company, but you want to make sure that your logo design is recognizable when they get to that level. Our jobs as logo designers are to make the person more money. That is basically the simplest way of explaining what I do for a client of mine. I want to make them more money by making them look better and functional within the platforms that they're in. And I've had very good success because the way that I've seen logo design that many do not all people, but many do not see, is that we are there to make them more money, and I'm going to make sure that their logo design is recognizable, and so it can be put on every platform possible so people can recognize it. So when they do get into that major league of business and corporation, it will still be there and it will still be working and it will still be functional for the company. So make sure that your logo designs are recognizable. I just want to give a quick shout to our sponsors here at .space Domain Registrations. .space is a domain registration website for creative people like you and me. You can check out my .space link down below. If you want a .space domain registration, you can join the club by going ahead and clicking the link down below for getting one for only $2.99 instead of $9. I hope this video has helped you massively. Now, if you would like to know a bit more about my logo design business as an overall graphic design business, then click the link below because I'm going to be doing a live workshop in a couple of weeks time. You can get $30 off the whole workshop, which lasts a couple of days, and you'll get all the videos and live workshops that I do forever. So if you miss it, you don't have to worry, you still get the content. Click the links down below at Modern Thrive. Make sure you click those links. I'd love to see you guys there. So thank you so much for watching this video, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one. See you later. I'm going to do this.